Hello, Leo. Welcome to Intuitive Gems. My name is Desiree, and today I'll be doing your money, wealth, finance, prosperity, and abundance reading for the month of April 2023. If this is your first time catching one of my readings, I want to say welcome, and I invite you to subscribe because I do these readings each and every month, and I would love to share your money message with you. For the readings this month, I'm using my Morgan Greer tarot deck. I will clarify with my Radiant Rider-Waite tarot. Then I will close out your reading, Leo, with a Crystal Angels Oracle card. So the cards are already starting to do their thing. And let's see what we need to know for the sign of Leo as it relates to money, wealth, finance, prosperity, and abundance for the month of April 2023. Well, you've got some fantastic cards. You know, April's going to be really good for you, Leo. I can tell. It's really going to be solid, steady, stable as it relates to your finances as we move into this new month. And I say that because we've got some grounded cards here, especially that Queen of Rods. It means stability, and it also means really solid, I want to say like a solid physical environment, you know, in other words, getting settled with where you are, with the work that you're doing, with, you know, the career path that you're on, or if you're going to school, or if you're building a business, you really have a solid plan in place, and that's going to help you make the money you want to make, achieve the success that you desire. Now we also have the Seven of Pentacles. Now this is a really good card because this means that, you know, you're busy working, you're making money, right? So you're putting forth the effort and you're being rewarded equal to, if not more than, you know, the effort and the time and the, you know, the energy that you're putting in to doing what it is that you do. We also have the Justice card, another good card because that means a decision is made in your favor. And because we are talking about money, that means, you know, decisions are affecting you and your finances in a very positive way. The other thing about the Justice card, it means that if you're having any type of, you know, legal challenges right now, it looks like things are going to work out for you. You know, things are going to, excuse me, work out in your favor, or things are going to benefit you in some way. Now we also have the Queen of Pentacles. She's a card all about investments and the movement of money, the velocity of money. In other words, it's about what you're doing with your money and how quickly that money kind of brings you some type of a return. Now the other thing about the Queen of Pentacles is that she's also a very cautious, conservative energy when it comes to money. In other words, she does not take risk. She does not do anything foolish or anything that she doesn't understand, and she does not rush. Okay, so that's a really good energy to have when it concerns your money. Now we do have that Temperance card in the reverse, and that is a card that talks about things feeling a little out of balance temporarily. But again, I think this is normal and to be expected, especially when you are trying to make money. It's never perfect. It's not always smooth sailing. And yeah, sometimes things can feel a little bit wonky. But understand that this is only going to be temporary. Finally, we got that Six of Pentacles. Another good card because that's the card of generosity. It means that you're going to be giving, or you're going to be in a position to give from your overflow, which means you have more than enough in order to do whatever it is that you want to do. All right, so let's see what else shows up for the sign of Leo as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of April 2023. Now, quite a few cards fell, but I'm going to take these ones here because I believe that intuitively these are the cards that we are meant to see. And these are, again, some fantastic cards. Especially that Ace of Swords. I really like that one. But let's go ahead and start with this Six of Cups in the reverse. This means that something from your past is showing back up. This means that there's something that was kind of unfinished or something that was left undone that needs to be resolved now. It's something from your past that's kind of been hanging over your head. Usually it means that you either have to make a decision on something or you have to take action on something. And because we're talking about money, there's something hanging over your head that needs to get done. For those of us in the U.S., it is tax season. I'm not sure if that's how it is everywhere, but maybe you've been procrastinating on your taxes. That's something that needs to get done. Next, we have the Eight of Wands in the reverse. Now, that's a card about timing. Now, don't get too anxious when we see this card in the reverse, because it does mean that things are either moving very slowly or things are moving behind schedule or something misses a deadline. Now, I know this can be frustrating when we're talking about money and we want to get paid, or we want, our loan to be approved in a timely manner, or whatever the case may be. But sometimes when things kind of fall behind schedule, it kind of gives you an advantage in some circumstances. So don't worry if something seems to be moving slow or not moving at all. I think this is going to work out in your favor, and I say that by some of the other cards that I see here. Now, we also have the Hangman. The Hangman is a card of, again, kind of feeling stuck, kind of not moving forward, but it's also a conscious choice, right? So the Hangman talks about staying put, staying where you are, but it's not because you're being forced to, it's because you're making the conscious decision, like, I'm just going to stay here for right now and see how things play out. Now, this happens a lot when you are, trying to figure out what you want to do as it relates to work in your career. The other thing about this card is that it means that you're purposely choosing not to move forward at this time. And sometimes that's what we need to do. Maybe there's some more things we need to learn. Maybe there's something else that we need to do before we take that next step. We also have the Four of Pentacles. Now, that's a card telling me to tell you to double check your budget, double check your statements, your invoices. You really need to pay attention to the details on any type of financial documents, especially in that second week of April. Finally, we have the Ace of Swords. That's a huge breakthrough happening. This is how I know things are going to get really, really good for you, and I do see progress and success coming your way, Leo. The Ace of Swords is a very powerful card because it means that whatever type of boundaries or blockages that were holding you back, those things get removed and you are pushing forward in a very strong and bold way. All right, Leo. Let's see what else shows up for you as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of April 2023. Now, I'm not sure that's the order, but that's okay. It still works for us. We will get the message. Okay. All right, so it looks like you may be feeling a little anxious, maybe even a little bit of worried as we hit the second half of the month, Leo. Leo, but it's okay. Looks like you have some changes happening here, and you also, we got a repeater card, Four of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles. But let's start here. Ten of Pentacles, that's group projects. It's also working with more than one person in order to achieve a goal. Looks like you're going to be connecting with a lot of like-minded people who want to do the same things that you do. So this is great because it means kind of working together in a group setting and kind of harnessing the energy of everybody and leveraging that to your advantage. So whether it's knowledge, time, experience, resources, working with a group of people is definitely going to give you an advantage. Next up, we do have the Page of Wands. Now, that is some news or information coming through as it relates to the work you do. Now, because this is in the reverse, this means this is something that could be unexpected or something that kind of catches you off guard. Doesn't necessarily mean it's negative, though, okay? But it looks like there will be an announcement to some changes as it relates to your career, your work, even your business. Now, we also have the Five of Cups in reverse. That is you letting go of something without any hesitation or any regrets. Because we are talking about money, this could be something that has been costing you money, or it could even be a relationship to some degree. We also have the Knight of Pentacles. Now, this means that there is some type of financial support you're expecting, and it doesn't show up when it's supposed to. Doesn't mean it's not coming, but it's just not showing up when it was supposed to show up, okay? And that could be what's causing you maybe some stress and frustration here with this card here, the Nine of Swords. Finally, we've got that Four of Pentacles. Again, looks like whatever happens here gets resolved within a week, because we do have that Four of Pentacles, have it again here in the reverse. That means that, yeah, you took care of whatever was, you needed to take care of as it relates to paying attention to your budget, your statements, your receipts, all those things. And it looks like if there was something, it gets resolved very, very quickly. All right, Leo. Let's see what else shows up for you as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance. Whoa. For the month of April 2023, you've got some really good cards here. You've got a lot of cards here that fell out. And you know what? We may kind of go over these really, really quickly. But let's start with the Death card in reverse. That talks about transformation. Looks like there's some big changes happening in your life, but the nice thing about the Death card in the reverse, it means that the things are happening slowly. They're not happening quickly or abruptly, which means that that gives you time to adjust. It gives you time to kind of get used to the changes that are happening, especially in your financial life. We also have the Seven of Cups. That means that you're going to be presented with an offer, but it's probably not going to resonate, or it's not going to connect with you in some way. So don't be afraid to say no if something just doesn't jive with you. If it's not your jam, feel free to say no, thank you. We also have the Queen of Wands. That's another repeater card here. When I see her in the reverse, that talks about changes in the physical environment. So it could be a new office location. It could be rearranging furniture, anything. But there will be some changes in the physical environment that affect you in some way financially. Okay? The Hierophant. That's an interesting card to see in the reverse, because that means you're kind of doing your own thing, moving in your own direction, Leo. It means that you're kind of going against the rules, okay? There's, you know, maybe a plan laid out, but you're doing your own thing, and there's nothing wrong with that, you know? Sometimes that works out even better. So sometimes you don't have to play by the rules, and sometimes in order to win, you've got to break the rules. Finally, we have the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords talks about eliminating the unnecessary. She doesn't hesitate, but she does do it in a very graceful way. And it looks like you're going to have to let go of something, Leo, in order to kind of make room for the things that you want, especially more money, more success, more responsibility, whatever. Now let's talk about these other 4 cards that came out, because we also have this 8 of Wands, which was a repeater card. When I see this card, this means that probably towards the end of the month, things really do happen quickly, and they work in your favor. We also have the Justice card. This is another repeater card because we saw that card here. The Justice card, this time it's in reverse, so it could mean that there could be some more decisions that are affecting you. And again, because it's in the reverse, it's something that you probably were not expecting, or something that you just didn't see or didn't anticipate, okay? Next up, we have the, where did I leave off? Oh, these last 2 cards here. We have that 4 of Swords, which is the card of kind of stepping back and doing what you need to do, taking time for yourself. Then we have that 2 of Cups, which is a divine union, a divine connection. So I wouldn't be surprised if at the end of the month you connect with somebody in a very profound way, and it actually improves your financial situation in some way. So it could be a client, it could be a colleague, it could be a mentor or a coach. But you do connect with someone, and it does benefit you financially, okay? And I see this more towards the end of the month, okay? So because these cards came out last, I am going to intuitively say that I think a lot of these things are going to take place towards the end of the month, probably the very last week in April. Okay, so Leo, your month is very, very powerful here. Lots of changes, and also lots of movement happening for you in the month of April. All right, let's go ahead and close out your reading, Leo, with a Crystal Angels Oracle card. I haven't used this deck in a while. Okay, I got 2 cards for you, so we're going to go with it. The first card we got is Apophyllite, increased support. Yes, this is exactly what we were talking about. Your positive focus and willingness to receive have opened the doorway to an abundance of help and opportunities. Yes, totally, totally resonating with that. The other one you got is Unikite. This is answered prayers. All your great work has opened the door for divine solutions and support. Love it. All your great work has opened the door for divine solutions and support. All right, Leo, hope you enjoyed this reading. Hope it was helpful. If you have any questions, please drop them down below. I want to thank you so much for spending this time with me. We'll do it all again next month.